And it doesn't feel good. So he told me I got a problem and I had to stare at it for a second. But I mean, this is calculus. So, I'll stare at it for 2 hours. What do you mean? I didn't ask him. I refused to ask him because I was like, no, I can read. So he told me here, I'll tell you what he said. He finally get back to me, by the way. This was due last week. So first he said, you show calculated values for current on last slide, but you did not enter under, that's why he said you showed the he told me, it took me, so you showed the calculated value for the current on the last slide. Because I was wondering, because I did those. No, the actual equation in there was not being solved. If you would just, I don't understand why, this is why I don't talk to you. Because you start acting like I'm stupid, but Ohm's law is what we use to calculate the current for current values, which is like R divided by C, or something like that. So that's where you find the current value. The equation that I used, that was on there, is not solvable. It isn't solvable with that. It actually is not. If you would just enter it in Desmos or enter it in Matplotlib, you'd see the same. If you would enter it into Desmos or enter it into Matplotlib, you'd see I'm not stupid. So my problem, and I already solved those. So why would I be saying this is unsolvable if I already solved them? Exactly. Why are you making me look like I'm the one that's stupid? And this is what I do every day. Right. But apparently it's my mind. Anyway. So the other equation that I had in there, which I showed, it doesn't solve. But that's not the equation that we had. That was one of the equations of, I'm not going to show you. Anyway, so it was another equation. So using Ohm's law, we can calculate current. And using D over T, we can calculate everything. And that's it. It's a simple division rule. You get those. Otherwise, I wouldn't have them. So he said I didn't but what he said was I didn't enter them properly. I had that one equation, which is what we were supposed to find, which is not what he was talking about. I needed instead of entering them, the current values. So one of them I had to enter the time and the charge. Exactly. And the second one, we wanted me to enter the time and the current value, which is what we found by dividing the time by the charge. Exactly. That's how you find the current. So rather than entering the values in the current, but I was wondering too, I was like, so do you not want me to enter this? So why did I do all of that? So I posted a screenshot of me entering the value somewhere else on the bottom. He said, yeah, that's what I wanted you to put. So, yeah, you needed that. I know that equation's not solvable because it comes with whatever. But that's why you solved those, because that's... And then I saw it and I said, this is... Again, I didn't message him. Again, I didn't email. This is me in my mind. Just wondering what he says. I forgot that I means current. Which means we just found the current value by dividing T over D, or D over T. Exactly. That's what we just found. So I just forgot to write them in the proper way. So I was like, oh, then now I see what he's talking about. Well, thank God I took a screenshot of it, because I was wondering what I did all of that for. And that's why I had that screenshot in there. But apparently I just didn't write them in the right spot. That equation is not solvable the way that it should be. You can input it yourself if you don't want to talk. If you don't, then, oh, right, apparently this is just my mind.